So let me give you an example to try to illustrate this point. Take an investment banker who's making $500,000 a year. And just so you know, that's on the higher end of a director or vice president level roles. When you're first starting out in your first few years, it's much below that. On the other hand, let's take a small business owner with all of his operations streamlined and outsourced, and he's making $100,000 a year. And by the way, that's less than the $10,000 number that I mentioned previously. So it's a very realistic figure. Now, if I was to ask you who's richer, what would your answer be? Obviously, the investment banker. If we're just looking financially, he's 5 times richer than the online business owner. Now, it's once time is introduced in this equation that the whole narrative starts to change. Let's say the investment banker works an average 80 hours a week, which is very, very typical for that role. And let's say our second guy works 10 hours a week on his business. Again, I was making way more than $100,000 working only 4 hours a week on my agency once I got it up and running. So if you calculate their relative income, you're gonna see that the relative income for an investment banker is $120 an hour, while for the guy with a small online business, it's $190 an hour. But that's not even the most important point, because let's say the investment banker manages to save up and retire in his early 50s. I mean, why is he even doing that in the first place? So that way he can move to some paradise city and live a chill lifestyle by the beach.